So I think this is like my first real like sit down video. I have made other ones, but pretty much just talking about books. But I wanted to make this video to talk about the importance of just being yourself and being true to yourself and not worrying about what other people think or how other people might perceive you, because everything is just a projection. Everything is just a projection. Life is a mirror. Everything is a reflection of you. And I know that all might sound like a lot. If you have never heard those before, if you are not on like a conscious level or like a certain spot in like spirituality, but I want to try to break it down and explain it a little bit. So I'm 16, and I've been on my spiritual journey since 2020. I think everyone was kind of wrapped into that with quarantine, and spirituality and witchcraft was very, very like prominent on TikTok. So I did get into it on during that time. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, and I've been on it. I don't want to say I've been on and off, because I feel like once you become conscious about certain things, you can't necessarily turn it off. But I've had multiple spiritual awakenings since then. I don't think you only have one. I think we're constantly learning on our journey as souls who are having a spiritual awakening, or not a spiritual awakening, but a human experience. That's what I'm about to say, sorry. So I think we're always learning, and we're constantly trying and doing new things that teach us about ourselves. And some people take that knowledge and they do good with it, or others just kind of ignore it and get mad at themselves for it, or shame themselves or other people for it. So I think a lot of things is just also the way you deal with situations. So recently I've been very anxious, in the sense of feeling that people are always judging me. And once you realize that when you are always anxious, or you always feel like someone's judging you, even when like a lot of the times people are not even worried about you. And I know like you probably hear that a lot, but it does take time to truly like believe it. You can hear things all the time, but it's if you really believe it is when it like makes a difference. So I know that that majority of the time people are not even worried about me, people are not even focused on me, but I just tend to always think that they're judging me because of this or because of that. This is simply a projection, because I'm judging myself, so I project that and externalize it into like they're judging me. But it's really just me judging myself. When you learn to have so much love for yourself, you don't even think of judging others, which kind of reflects back to you not even judging yourself. Because if you don't even think about judging others, there's no way in how you're going to judge yourself. And when you are just vibrating on a frequency of love to the point where you're not even worried about if people are judging you or not, it's such a beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful thing. And I'm still working on it, but I definitely have gotten a lot, when I mean a lot, I mean a lot better since freshman year. I'm going to be going into my senior year in September, and freshman year, I remember I didn't eat in the cafeteria because I was too anxious. I would have anxiety attacks and then go talk to my counselor about it. I was going through a lot of stuff mentally, went through like self-harm and all that, and it was very like sad, because I had just moved in the beginning of 2020, and I had to finish middle school online at a whole new high school, and then I graduated, so I had like no friends, because like I said, I had to finish it online, did 8th grade online, and then afterwards going into this new school, I went to school at this public school, and it was so bad. It was so bad. It just wasn't an environment that I needed to be in at all. So I ended up switching to a different school, and being there, not knowing anyone, not having any friends, it was very, very hard for me. And now I look back at myself, I just finished junior year. I have made more friends junior year, like I have made more friends junior year than freshman and sophomore year combined. I just started just being so authentically myself, and just like not always trying to fit into this narrative or like this box that I'm supposed to be in. And that's just such the beauty of life. It's like we're souls, we're a collection of stars, we are the divine, I don't know what you want to call it, whatever you want to call it, having a human experience. And just the beauty of being able to rise higher than just just the physical and external things, and being on a spiritual level where you just have so much self-love for yourself that it just doesn't matter what other people think of you. And I think that's so important. And I'm not going to come on here and say I'm the most confident person in the world and that I have the most self-love for myself, because I don't. I'm still learning. I still have shadow moments. I still have shadow work to do. And if you don't know what shadow work is, I'm going to try to put it on the screen somewhere to break it down. But I'm constantly learning things about myself. I just last night I journaled. I have a journal. It's so beautiful. I got it from Amazon on sale, and I brought it on vacation with me because I'm like, you know what? I owe it to myself to do things that's gonna better myself now and in the future. And I don't like to use future or past, because the only thing that really exists is the present. So I'm gonna say just now. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna think about the now, the power of the now. The Power of Now is actually a really good book. I didn't finish it completely, but I have learned some stuff from it already. So I think you guys should read that. I feel like reading about spirituality and doing research on it can be so fun. It can be so fun and so eye-opening to things that you didn't even know. It's just so beautiful. But journaling is also a really good thing to do if you're just trying to find yourself. It's so, how do I put this? I learned this from a Joe Dispenza book that I'm reading. What is it called? Becoming Supernatural. And pretty much, I don't know, was it Becoming Supernatural? I think it is. And it talks about like separating yourself from your identity, because our identity is measured by all these external things and external achievements, like our schooling, our job, how much money we make, and that's not really us. That's not us. So I've been trying to find who I truly am, not my looks, not the way my body is, not how much money I have, not how smart I am, not because of the good grades, because these things don't make me. These things do not define who I am. I'm the only one that can define who I am, me, myself, not any external thing. So I've been really trying to do that a lot recently. I've been meditating a lot more, and just meditating is such a beautiful thing when you look at things from a different perspective, because I used to meditate every single morning for at least 5 to probably 15 minutes. And I did this for about a month or two, and the way my mind, because the thing is that meditation is not to fight the mind, no, but it's just I feel like it's to soothe it, to calm it, to make the mind an ally instead of an enemy. And pretty much I've been meditating I meditated yesterday, I meditated this morning. I did a 9-minute meditation yesterday and a 12-minute meditation this morning. I'm using this app called, I think it's Moonly. I'm going to put it on the screen somewhere. It's such an amazing app, and I think all you guys should check it out. It's really good. It's a really good app. It has guided meditations. It teaches you about spirituality, about cycling for women, our cycle, body acceptance. It teaches you about tarot and moon phases and planets. It teaches you about moon rituals. It teaches you about a whole bunch of things. But the point is, I used to think of meditation like, oh, I have to do this for 5 minutes. I have to, because I was making it unfun. I was just sitting there, and I wasn't really lighting the mood up. I wasn't lighting candles. I wasn't burning incense. I wasn't using crystals. I was just sitting there for 5 minutes, and it became more of a chore instead of this is gonna really help me now, and I'm gonna feel so amazing after I'm done doing this, and it's gonna help me calm my overstimulated mind, because this world is just so overstimulated, and it's so common to always think and always be busy, and that's not how we're supposed to operate. We're human beings. We're not supposed to just always be in overdrive. So I meditated, and it felt so good. And like I said, even with the journaling, I want to show you guys a page real quick. I originally got this as a junk journal, but I've also just been doing regular things. So I was doing some writing yesterday, because I got very overstimulated. I am on my period, so I don't know if that is a reason why. But I just broke down and I started crying. I was like just in the bathroom crying, and it felt good to just be able to let that out, just being able to allow my emotions to flow through me and not overthink and not overwork or feel like, oh, I hate that I'm crying right now. No, I'm allowed to cry. I'm very much allowed to cry. So I also did this page after I was done, which is a what I can and can't control page, which I think everyone should do, because as humans we are always so focused on being in control of things. And one of the things that I said that I cannot control is how people perceive me. I cannot control that. I can try to give off a certain impression, or yeah, that's the only thing I can do though. I can't sit there and I could be the nicest person in the world and someone can still perceive me as mean. That's why you should just be you. Don't worry about how other people might perceive you. Don't worry about, I said, others' thoughts, the media, past mistakes. I have made past mistakes that have hurt others and also myself. But at the end of the day, I am still having a human experience, and that's part of it. I'm gonna make mistakes, and that's okay. I'm gonna have compassion for myself, because other than that, I'm gonna be a prisoner to my mind, and that's not worth it. And I also did affirmations. I just wrote down a couple ones that were just coming to my head. I didn't want to look up any. I just wanted to do ones that were coming to my head. So a couple of them were, I'm allowed to take breaks. I am powerful. I attract the right people. I don't know, that I can validate myself, which is something that I have been seeking a lot recently, because I've been spending time around different people who I'm not usually spending time around because I am on vacation. So it's like part of me is like, oh, maybe they want me to act like this, and it's like, you know what, it's not even fucking worth it. Like I'm sitting here and I'm stressing myself out for other people. That's not worth it. That's not worth it at all, because at the end of the day, all I really have is myself. And I'm not saying that, like, oh, I don't have friends or family. No, of course I do. I have a good support system, I would like to think. But at the end of the day, I can only understand people as much as I understand myself. And same with other people. So if people are going to judge me, it's because they're judging themselves, and they're just externalizing it. Just like me. When I judge people, it's because a part of me is judging myself. It's like everything is a reflection, everything is a mirror, everything. Okay, so when someone says something negative about you, you have to understand that the majority of the time it's just a projection. It's just a projection, and you cannot take anything personal. Anything. So that's kind of all I wanted to talk about. Going a quick rant, and also teach you guys that we just need to just be ourselves. Be authentically you. Love yourself enough. Do things that make you happy. Don't worry about what this person is doing or what they may want you to do, because they may want you to do this today, but then tomorrow it's going to change. And now it's like you're just on this cycle of like chasing them down, trying to do what they want you to do. And like, for what? Like, I ran out of space, but I'm going to quickly end the video because I have to figure out how I'm going to get space to even upload the video. But just learning to be passionate and be okay with who you are, and just love yourself. Like, do things that increase your love for yourself. Journal. If you can't do it daily, at least try to do it every couple of days to find out who you really are outside of your friends, your family, your bank account, your job, your money, your status. That doesn't define you. Find out who you really are. And once you find out who you really are, you're going to love yourself so much, to the point that even if you literally could walk out in the most ridiculous clothes ever, and you're like, you know what, you don't care what other people think of you as long as you're happy. So the message is to just do what makes you happy. Even this YouTube video, I never made a YouTube video like this, and I'm not even really anxious to post it, because this probably could help someone else, and it definitely is going to help me, because I love talking about this stuff. Like, I talk to myself about this stuff, and I never actually like talk to anyone else or like put a video out like this. So even if someone's gonna like make fun of me because I'm like only 16 and I'm making this video thinking I'm like, you know, I'm gonna understand that. I can't take it personal because it's a projection. So they can say whatever they want to say as long as I'm happy and I'm like not hurting anyone in any type of way, shape, or form. By this video, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna go ahead and edit it right now and post it. But I have to first make some space. That felt so good to talk about. Oh my god. And if you want to subscribe, that would be nice too, but you don't have to.